Hello, this is Janet16 and I'm here today with part 6 of the series of building a O-gauge diorama. I will just say actually, this will not be the only diorama I'll be building. I will be doing another diorama and probably do a series on it, depending on how well this series goes at the end of it. I don't know how many parts go into the series. It'd be once it's finished. I would say around 20 parts. Just an estimate really. It might be less now, it might be more than that, I don't really know. So what we're going to do in this video is work on the ditch to make that complete watertight, because we will be putting the liquid in there to make fake water later on in the series when we've got some scenery in this area. But also today I will be tidying up the boardwork, and I put this frame around it across the front, around the back, and what I want to do is spray that black. I'm currently rebuilding my 14XX, which is 1420, and he's an O-gauge locomotive. I've got some pictures actually I'll put in the end of the video so you can see him, what he looks like at the moment. But he's nearly done. The black I've used is, I bought a massive tub of it because it was only £1 dearer than having a small tub. So I will be spraying around here now. I'll take this outside, lay down some newspaper, and that's the next job. So let's go outside. Okay, I'm back after spraying the diorama. As you can see, the blacks come out really nice all the way around now, as well as you would have saw me doing outside on the table. I'm not too worried about getting this black when I was spraying it, because this will be sprayed brown for the under the scenery then. Just in case there's any, you don't want to see white between the scenery, it's better to see brown so it looks a bit like mud. Also not worried about getting the track. I did get the track down this end a bit black, but not too worried about that because the track's got to be weathered as well. So next step is the ditch. And I don't think this video is going to be as long as the other videos, the others in the series. So what I need to do, like I said, we're putting a liquid down here to make water. I can't think what it's called, but I've used it before, and once I get it, I'll let you know the name and everything. I'm doing a full video on that and how to do the water. So I'm just going to move the camera instead of just turning it off and back on, and hopefully we can see down the ditch. And sorry about this, moving the camera about, but just get it right. There we go. So when we put the liquid in, we gotta make sure this is watertight down here, because any little bit of liquid gets out, it might bubble up, that's the problem I had before. So first thing I want to do, I want to fill this entire ditch with PVA glue, and then I'm gonna rub it down the sides and just get it so the glue acts as a bit of a barrier then to when we put the water in. I noticed something come up with that glue then, which hopefully we can get over in a minute. So got a piece of paper again, and all we're gonna do is exactly what we was doing before with the track, is just rub it in. Now there was something fall out with the glue bottle, and I see it right there. There we go, got it out. And because it goes clear, it don't really matter if it didn't go clear, this PVA glue, because it's going to be sprayed anyway. This will all be sprayed brown eventually. Which, when I do that, I'm going to have to sort out the back seam bits, just so I don't respray them a different colour. But no, that's going okay. Notice I'm getting a bit of glue on the pipe. That's not a problem. I'll clean that in a minute. And this is what I've done on the 00 gauge layout I was doing a few years back now, and it worked really well. Doing this with the glue, it really helped once I put the water in, because I actually done an entire riverbed, and it just really helped. So just put a bit more. We don't really need that much more in here now. This piece of paper is not as good as a piece of card. So what I'm going to do, there's a little gap down here, a few little holes, and I'm going to put this paper there. And we'll go over it with the glue. And this should help just fits that. Because these little holes, like I said, once you put the water in, it could bubble up, like the water escaping, and it's exactly what happened before, and I don't want it happening on this, because I want to do it as good as I can. Where before on the 00 gauge layout, it didn't really matter because it was out of the way, and I covered it up with a few edges as well. Whoops. So again, if you have any requests, anything you want to see in this series, please let me know in the comments below. And I'm sure I'm doing them anyway, because there's a lot to do on this diorama. Other dioramas, I got a few ideas. I do want to do a very different one to model railways. I thought about doing a World War II one as well, but I don't think I'll do that. Yeah, that'll be in the future. But I think in the next one I might do a racetrack scene, because I got loads of model cars. I think they're doing a piece this size, probably a bit bigger, and I think the camera's just moved. There we go. And I can take pictures of my model cars on it, even though they don't come out the boxes. They'll only be the ones that are not in the boxes, like ones I've got cheap over the years from charity shops and that. But there we go. Now, a thing to note with this PVA glue, when you first put it on this plaster Paris or bandage, what we've used, it's a bit like water. So this bandage will become quite soft. Now, it's going to dry, the glue's going to be dry in a couple of hours anyway. So as long as you don't mess with it, you're alright. And I'm not going to. But that is it. That is all the glue, I think. The water's not even going to be that high. So just got to make sure, especially under the pipe. I was told that the packing peanuts I used to hold the pipe up back in episode 3 or 4, they dissolve in the water. So I'm going to have to be careful with that and definitely make sure there's no leaks under here. But I don't think there will be. I'm pretty pleased with how it's gone. And once this glue's dried up, it should be fine. I really can't see any problems with it. We ain't going to know until we put the water in. That is the only way we will know. So, but this piece of paper I added over here blended in really well. And again, I've done that because there was a little gap here. I don't know how I missed it when I was doing the plaster lot, but I spotted it earlier when I was getting this ready for spraying. And I thought, well, I'll do that, get that sorted. So there we go. That is it. Now, when we do put the water in, there may be a few gaps for the glue. I probably will repeat this process again after, once the glue's dry, just to make sure it's filled all the gaps in. And that's the only reason why I would do that. There's no more we can do now in this episode, so that will be it. Like I said, at the end of the video, there will be some pictures of my 14XX, just because I've resprayed him. He's ready, nearly ready. I should say he just needs the vinyls, the GWR on the side, but that's going really well. So hopefully next time we'll be looking at spraying this brown, spraying the whole thing brown. Will be even the buffer beam, because the buffer beam will be repainted. But the whole thing will be sprayed brown. The track will not be weathered until we've got ballasting done, and I'll be doing that by hand, paint. And the retaining wall. I'm looking at some ideas for the retaining walls at the moment to go around the back here. Like I said, I want this to represent a road bridge. So the track would go across the front here, down, and under a bridge. So I want some arches maybe across here, and then this just normal pillars to represent a wall holding back a town. But that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this episode. It's quite short compared to the others, but that's okay. And thanks for watching. Again, any requests, let me know. And if you have any questions about what we've done today, please let me know. There'll be a link to the last episode in the description of this video, so you can get up to date. And there's also a playlist now called the O Gauge Diorama. So thanks for watching, and bye until next time.